What's happening, people? What is
What's up?
happening? What's up?
Yes.
What's up? What's up? It's Wind Down Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It's hump day. Y'all know what time it is. You know where we at, and you know what we are doing. First of all, y'all know who I am. I'm Sandy. I'm sitting here with my girl.
Hey, it's Shanice. Y'all know what it is. Today it's the middle of the week. So I hope everybody is prepared almost for the weekend. And I like Wednesday because it is the middle. And I know that Friday is right around the corner. So I'm excited. Hump day, Wednesday, wind down Wednesday is always a good time.
Always a good time because, like you said, sis. Friday is right next door. It's right there. You know,
Yes.
even if we ain't going nowhere or doing nothing, just the mere fact that we can sit back, relax, enjoy the weather, whether it's rain, shine, sleet, or snowing, the fact that we can do that.
Yep.
I'm just happy about the wind down Wednesday, the hump day. I'm excited about hump day. I'm always gonna be excited about hump day. But pretty much, friend, sis, we happy about every day. Every
That's
day.
right. Hey, it don't make no difference to complain. What's it gonna change?
Ain't gonna change a thing. So you might as well keep being happy and keep that thing moving. So how you and the family doing?
We doing good. We doing good. It's middle of the week, and we're getting ready for a great weekend. Coming up on my husband's birthday, so it's the
What?
Scorpio season. My dad's birthday is tomorrow, so the Scorpios about to cut up a little bit.
What?
Yeah, what you got going? How's your week going so far? What's anything new?
Hey, listen, my thing is this. Ain't nothing new. Once again, life is good. God is good. It's all good. Did I not check? I was getting ready to say it's like why don't I see my something went wrong with me connecting with Facebook? What is up with what is
Well,
what
I'm
is
seeing.
going on? I can't even see Facebook on here. What is really going on with Facebook?
They
Facebook
be
tell my
hating, man. They be
they
hating,
be
but
really hating. Facebook tell my check your connection. My connection is checked. I'm confused at why they keep saying, they gonna have to make me do a redo or a do over. And I mean, because I know I likes to see my people. I got people talking already. They chiming
that's
in.
right.
I'm trying.
Yep.
I'm trying to get my people connected. I'm trying to get them connected. I'm like, I
They
don't
just
know.
won't let
I
us
don't know what
be.
we
They
got to
just
do.
won't let us be great today. But it's all
They
good.
won't let us be great on Wednesday. What is wrong with Facebook?
God's
YouTube
in
is doing what
control.
it needs to
Facebook,
do.
Facebook, y'all know what it is.
Y'all know what it is. But we gonna try to stay connected. It's like it's wind down Wednesday, and y'all know we about to sit up here and we about to talk about surviving. What's going on, Amber Twitty? What's going on, Hakeem?
Hey,
What's going
hey,
on, good people? We
what's
got
up?
a
Thank
little
you
bit of
guys for
company
tuning
going
in.
on up in here. It's good to see everybody. Look, hey sis, we ain't seen Akeem in a long time. Akeem has showed his face.
Where you
Akeem
been?
has showed his face. He said
What's
it's been
up?
a minute. Yes, Hakeem. Yes. What's going
Yes,
on, Robert? See, these are our favorite people. What's going on, Amber? What's
yes.
happening, good
What's
people?
up? Thanks for tuning
We love
in.
y'all. We absolutely, positively love you all. If it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't even probably be doing this. You know what I'm saying? We'd be going back, kicking it, chilling, having a good time, and all that. Life is good. God is good. It's all good. But
That's
at the
right.
end of
Black
the
murals.
day,
That's what's up. The black murals. That's what's up. I
that's
love
what's
to see that.
that is what's up. What's going on, good people? Y'all see who we got a visitor in
Special
the
guest.
building. We got a visitor
Hey,
in the building. It's wind
yes,
down Wednesdays. We sitting
that's
here
right.
chatting with you all, having a good time, enjoying life. But with us being able to enjoy life, how are we surviving in the midst of COVID? Now, with that all being said, when I say survive, I'm
Yeah,
talking about the fact that there are some people that we actually know, that we're related to, we're connected to, that are truly survivors.
yeah.
And before this month goes away, we just wanted to have a couple of people in the building to tell us a little bit about how they survived. And when I say surviving, I'm talking about surviving as a breast cancer survivor.
Yeah.
We all know them. We've all come in contact with them. We've all had family members that have been diagnosed and didn't make it. But then we have family members that diagnosed and have survived and, strived and thrived for years. And with that all being said, my thing is this. We got my mom. I call her mom because she my mom. And she is a breast cancer survivor.
That's right. That's right. And it's a month of October. But it's a month of October, which is breast cancer, technically breast cancer month. But our survivors out there are surviving it, 365 days of the year. So
yes. I mean, and we love you, Mom, and we want to say thank you for joining us today because we know October. The unfortunate piece, they give us October to celebrate breast cancer, but you and I know we celebrate it every day.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
So welcome to Wind Down Wednesday, Mom. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'll be glad when this COVID is well, I think it's going to be gone. I was told by different people it's here with us to stay.
I don't know.
I talked to a friend. She lives in Charlotte, North Carolina, and she told me that her and her husband both got it, but she was just tired and fatigued for like 4 days. And no other symptoms, but she said she just had to rest. So I'm thinking, oh my goodness, this is, not as serious, but it's serious.
It is.
It's serious. So you just never know what symptoms you're going to have.
Nope.
So, but I'm trying to be safe. Hey, son.
I love you.
I love you too. And you're beautiful.
So introduce yourself and tell us what when you was diagnosed, how that went. Talk to us about what you've been doing since then. Just give them a little preview of who you are.
Okay. Well, I'm Crystal Arnold. Maiden name is Huey. I'm a professional artist, fine artist. I have a studio at the Pendleton Art Center, but recently, since March, I have not been there frequently because of the virus, and I need to be kept safe. And the reason is because of I'm a survivor of breast cancer, and I'm 66, and so I don't have that young immune system that can fight off whatever this virus does to the human body. But so I've been trying to keep safe, and I'm a mother of 2 sons, Louis Arnold and Jabron Arnold, and we have 2 beautiful daughter-in-laws. I call them daughter-in-laws, Shanice Arnold and Amanda, and 4 grandchildren, 4 beautiful granddaughters, Jalen, Anea, Ani, and Eliana. And just been blessed with beautiful girls.
Well, which is a blessing. That is a true blessing.
I raised sons, and I love sons, and we did foster care for many years for over 14 young men, and I feel comfortable. I think the young men are just special to my heart. And I think without the beautiful women in the world, the men wouldn't have a chance.
You better say that.
But I with the COVID, I picked up my violin, so I've been practicing. I played in the high school, and in the Lake Erie League Orchestra. But I picked it back up as a way of dealing with this mental and emotional um, time of, not being able to interact with people. And that's hard. So, but my violin was my best friend when I was from third grade, when mom said, go to your room, because I would get in trouble. And I would take my violin. So that was my friend. So, but other than that, just drawing and just wanting to spend time with my grandbabies. I call them grandbabies, even if they're 22.
That's right. That's right. Grandmas, these babies never get too old. They never get too old.
No.
Mhm.
But
So when were you diagnosed with the breast cancer, and how was your journey through that?
okay, I'm gonna try to go back to when I remember a lump, and I thought I was pretty healthy. I love working out. Of all the daughters growing up at home, I was the one that was always in sports, in varsity, soccer, volleyball, track. I love physical activity, and if I could get out and play two-hand tag with the boys, I would do it. I love that physical activity. I was a tom girl.
That's
and
right.
sports. And I thought I was pretty much healthy. And I remember going to the gym, going to the Blue Ash Y, and I started feeling a soreness on my left breast. And I didn't think anything of it because I wasn't sick. I wasn't feeling any different than what I normally feel daily. On a daily basis, I felt pretty good. But I noticed, and it was this soreness, and I touched my breast, and I feel this little pain in this one little area, and even inhaling, I can feel the pain. So I contacted my doctor, and he had me come in. He wanted me to have a sonogram, and I had a sonogram, and they couldn't find anything, but he was not satisfied. So he had me to come back in, and he did the sonogram himself, and he did find something. So I still wasn't anxious or scared or frightened. I was thinking, "Oh, I'm okay. Nothing's wrong." And there was no history in my family. My family never talked about cancer, or let alone breast cancer. And I didn't think, I was thinking, "Oh, I'm fine. Nothing's wrong with me." But the doctor wanted to have it's a needle where they stick a needle in that area and take tissue.
A biopsy.
And when they did take the tissue, it's a biopsy. And they took the tissue out, and when they did confirm it for me, I was floored. It was the most frightening thing because I had friends who had died from the breast cancer. And we used to, when I was in church, we used to be part of a praise dance team. There was a young lady that passed. And so I started thinking the worst. And with all the research, I decided to protect me, just having the breast removed, because they said it can come back. And by coming back, then you had something else to deal with. And it was very traumatic experience, because what happens is, as women, we identify with our breast. That's our feminine. We identify who we are with our breast. That's our sexuality. That's who we are.
Yep.
And after the surgery, the biggest thing for me was mourning and saying goodbye. But and it, I think that's was the most serious part, because a mental separation from something that made you unique as who you are. And it took a long while to deal with that. And we're talking about January was December that I had the biopsy. January I had the surgery, and I was stage 1. And stage 1 is still, you know, the doctors I had, we talked about just taking a drastic means to deal with it. Not saying I didn't want to have just the chemotherapy and the radiation. I just decided, hey, if this is a way to get rid of it, we're gonna just lose the breast.
Right.
But even after that, it was hard. And I told my sisters, I'm one of 4 sisters. But then after they heard me talk about it, I had a sister that she passed. She died. She died of the breast cancer.
Wow.
Yes. And that took me to another level of grief. And that was really painful. So far, my other 2 sisters are fine, but we had never had any experience. Now, the type that I had it was in the milk ducts. So there was the inside that that's where the cancer was found. And I think the frightening thing about cancer is there's no warning. No warning until something serious. You don't feel sick. You don't, so I think for all women, even if it's not in your family, you need to just get the exam. Right. And I just had an exam a week ago and had the results. And so I feel good. But every year is a very traumatic. It's a real emotional experience for me. Each time I go, every year.
I can imagine. So how long has it been? How many years you said?
Since 2002. So I'm still here.
Thank you, Lord.
Grace of God.
Yes, Lord.
Thank God. And I got involved with an organization called the Sister Network, and it was a wonderful organization. Even in the organization, I met young ladies that they're not here with us. It seems like the younger you are when you're diagnosed, the more aggressive. And in my memory, I can still see these young, vibrant, beautiful women. And it's so sad that cancer just can take them out.
Right.
Many women have tried experimental means, and it prolonged their life for a while. But you just never know. And at one point, I was worrying myself terribly, but then I said, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy each day, the 24 hours that I get. Thank God when I get up in the morning.
Yes.
Ask for direction and guidance, because from the breast cancer, I stepped out in my art. And I think all of us have gifts, but we don't pursue those gifts.
Right.
But it took me to go through breast cancer to say, okay, yeah, I grew up in a home where art music, dance, was so just a part of us. And I thought that was normal in every household. But I went on and just pursued it, and it was a way of calming me down emotionally.
Healing.
Yeah, it was yes, art for me was a healing tool.
So would you say it's still, because, listening to you and the process that you had to go through, because, I think a lot of times women, we don't want to accept the fact that, especially if we are athletes and we play a lot of sports, like you said, we're tom girls, we don't think that if we find something that it may be something there, we might some of us overlook it. Matter of fact, some of us don't even do breast check as often as we should. I often read and they talk about the discoloration. So with all that you've been through, you lost a sibling to it. Do you still use this current date and time, because you still got to go get checked every year?
Every year, yes.
And not knowing if there's a possibility that it may be something, we're always praying. So do you still use your art as a way of dealing with the unknown? Because you living in the unknown. We are all living in the unknown.
Yeah.
But we are really living in the unknown because you have a pre-existing condition in COVID times, which could be very depressing for some. So do you use your art right now as a way of helping you coping, as a mechanism for what you're dealing with on a daily basis?
Yes, I do. Growing up, my mother was into fashion illustration, but that wasn't my cup of tea. That wasn't the way I wanted to express myself. But lately I like to draw just to really thank her for opening those doors. And so I like fashion, but I like to paint it abstractly. So, and each day I just think of something to draw, and I said I have to keep up with it, because I had an opportunity to teach at Don Community High School as a teaching artist. And I love art. And the students would say, Miss Arnold, why do you love art so much? And it's just something about, and I told them, I said, it's in all of us. We just have to be able to tap into it.
And a happy place.
It's my playground. My studio is my playground. And you have to learn how to play with your gift. You have to learn how to play. And as adults, we stop learning how to play.
Yep.
And that is not healthy. We have to learn how to play. Serious, it's good to get serious. It's important in different seasons and things we have to do in life, but your whole day shouldn't be that. And learning how to play helped me, even with the COVID, even with breast cancer, and even October. October is a hard month for me, because I think of, again, the beautiful people I've met that are not here today because of the cancer they've had to face. And I even talk to women who are in that dark place, and I don't know, sometimes you don't know how to pull them out. And that's what I like, to pull them out of that dark place. Live. You have to enjoy living.
So when you talk about living, or you talk about, because I know that a lot of times with cancer, And even with the COVID, it compromises your immune system. So, what are some things that you have done? Because I've always encouraged people, I talk to people like, I know that when you found out about it, you did like a lot of healthy greens, you did a lot of juicing, change your mindset. Like, talk a little bit about what you do to help to keep your immune system strong, even with additional to the cancer with it being COVID season.
Okay, I grew up where my dad, he's still with us, he's 89, and he always encouraged us to eat lots of vegetables. And I think that even helped me to fight during the time I had to deal with the cancer. And my dad always juiced, even before I was diagnosed. So when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, he bought me a juicer. And he used to go to, in Cleveland, a place called the Juice Doctor. And so I started really seriously looking at fresh fruits, fresh vegetables. And I met a young lady in Kentucky. And I went to her home, and she was juicing collard greens, mustard greens, kale mixed with apples. And I mean, after I left her house, I was energized. And so, our diet is important, and it's important how we eat. Yeah, we can mess. I like sweets. Every 3 months, I go to Cheesecake Factory, and I get my Godiva chocolate cheesecake. So you don't want to not eat something that it's not really good for you, but you want to fill your body with a lot of fresh vegetables, and that's not a whole lot of fruit because of the sugar, but a lot of vegetables, lots and lots of vegetables. You can even have it for breakfast, snacks. But healthy eating is so important. It's so important, and it's not to cook with raw vegetables. The best thing.
The juice kind, like you were saying, if you can juice it, if you can juice your vegetables, juice your fruits, and I know, a lot of times, I have a family member that is going through, they don't have breast cancer, but they have a form of cancer. And the only thing that I can keep telling them is what Courtney tells me and a whole lot of other people. We eat sugar, and we eat too much sugar. We eat sugar on a daily basis. Sugar will cause anything to spread, to grow, to increase, even our weight. And people don't realize that you have to take sugar out of your diet when you have been diagnosed, probably with any kind of illness, but definitely with cancer. You need to take
Cancer loves sugar. You don't want to feed it any sugar. You don't want to feed it anything sweet or anything or any carbohydrates. You don't want to feed it anything that's going to turn into sugar.
Gotcha. Yeah. And I think a lot of people don't know that. And the unfortunate piece, we don't eat healthy. Black folks don't eat healthy. We like pork, and we like fried chicken and
salt, a lot of salt, sodium.
Yeah, we like all of that stuff, and we should cut back. But when growing up with all of that stuff, and that's all you pretty much know, and you don't change your habits of eating, it can cause a lot of whole other things in your body to deteriorate. Which is unfortunate. One of my friends on here, she said shingles love sugar too, and that's like I said, it's all kinds of
that shingles love sugar as well. Yep. Kathy says shingles love sugar. So sugar is a bad thing. It's a negative thing. It's okay in moderation, but it's in everything. You really have to read your labels.
Yeah, and it's sad that
to survive.
The stuff that tastes good, most of the stuff it's not good for us. It's not good. It's delicious, but it's not good for us.
So with COVID, and you're in your 60s,
Mhm.
And
Looking good, might we add?
yes, looking fabulous. You know, and the unfortunate piece is that you and your husband are go-getters. You know, it's kind of like y'all used to going and you're used to doing. You're not used to sitting around. How are you coping and surviving with not being out in the public? How are you dealing with that? Because you and I know with stress can cause illnesses as well. So how are you coping and dealing with this and being a cancer survivor? How is that all intertwining together? Because y'all busy people over there.
Oh yes, well, besides reading, I got into a lot of my Black history. Um, besides reading, playing the violin and painting, there's some young elementary school girls. Lewis had built a deck, so when the weather's nice, I'll go out in the back, and I had the young ladies. They brought their instruments, and we were playing the instruments in the backyard. I think a Chinese came over one day. I don't know. And so we had a double bass. She's in the 4th grade, plays the double bass. One that plays the violin, and one brought her cello over. So we were having fun.
They have a little musical concert.
Yeah, I had the children at first. You know, they would wear their mask, and I was drawing, teaching them how to draw fashion figures, and I have these dolls that you can change their clothing, and they're fashion dolls. So I always try to find a way to have fun. So, and when I they come out and we just sit and talk and share and that for me is joy, you know.
That's surviving, huh?
Yeah, the older women to give younger women wisdom, and I think that's our job. But we had a good time. Walking, I have walked. I have walked in the neighborhood. And then I have a bike, and on my bike, there's a piece that you can put on the back.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, we got another special guest.
Yes, we got another special. We got another special survivor.
Right.
That's right.
I had a few technical difficulties.
That's okay. We got another special survivor in the house.
Building. Yes.
Welcome, Lord. Thank you.
Welcome.
I'm trying to get situated here.
Welcome to Down Wednesday, Miss Kim. Welcome.
Thank you. You guys, I've had a day, and I need some wine.
I know that's right.
Girl, get it and wind down.
Yeah, Miss Kim is an awesome woman. She got energy enough for all of us and the rest of the world.
She does.
When my head hits the pillow tonight, I'm gonna be gone. Trust me.
That's okay. That's all right. And you know, Miss Kim, you know, we are talking about, you know, surviving, and especially being a survivor in the COVID times and the most difficult times that I think we've all ever been in. But for you and Miss Crystal to be survivors of breast cancer, and this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we want to say kudos to you all.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You all are still in our prayers, because we know the struggle continues, and there's not a day that goes by that you probably don't worry about it or think about it at some point. But the fact of the matter that we have two beautiful women that are breast cancer survivors that can sit here and talk to the people about where we at, what you're doing, and why is it so difficult now during COVID? Because both of y'all busy women. Both of y'all busy. Y'all always doing something and going somewhere.
Right.
How are you surviving, Miss Kim? You know, with the
Oh,
COVID
With
and
COVID.
being a breast cancer survivor.
right.
But
Survivor.
before
And I'm
you tell the people
yeah.
a little bit about yourself, Miss Kim. Tell the
So
people a little bit about
I'm back again, and I want to say thank you so much, Tuck Radio, for raising awareness as you always do, not just on the airways, but even Tuck Radio, how you come out and you support breast cancer financially as well, but getting the word out. And Crystal, let's see, I will be approaching 13 years in November. I'm claiming
Yes.
13 years in remission.
Yes.
And I'm not sure how many years you are. I think you have more than me, Miss Crystal.
Yeah, since 2002.
So
Okay.
18.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, now see, we are living examples. And so some of the things that Kim does to extend my lifespan, I had a very good teacher, my mom, who lived with breast cancer, and she told me how you can go on and live with it. I think the most important part was that emotional advice that she gave and that motivation that you can endure this. And that spiritual component was ever so important because with God, all things are possible. And
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah.
I know it's what sustained me because by doctors and man standards, I shouldn't be here. And just a basic thing she did with her health, walking. She used to walk Northgate Mall on the inside and the outside. Now, with this COVID, I used to do that in the wintertime because in the wintertime, I can't do outside walking because I get upper respiratory infections. So I used to walk inside the mall. Can't do that now.
Yeah.
So I hate the treadmill, but I do. But for other women out there, exercise is very important. Eating nutritional, your faith walk with the Lord is
Yes.
very,
Say
very
that.
critical. Your faith walk with the Lord. She taught me holistic things. Before the doctors told me, I knew to take extra vitamin D and C, echinacea. You got to, especially now during COVID, we got to increase those kind of vitamins. Hand washing was automatic. That was automatic. I
Miss
never
Kim. Miss
appreciated.
Kim. I need you to
Yes.
scoot into the camera just a little bit more so we can see you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I
There we
here?
go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. See, this is my daughter has to help me with this technology. I'm trying
That's
to
all right.
stay
We're gonna
used
get you together. We gotta get you in the center. There you
to it.
Yeah.
go.
Okay. Am I there?
Yes.
Okay. I guess you got a side of me. Okay, lean this way. Right. But the support of other sisters too, like you, Miss Crystal. And I already knew she was a prayer warrior the first time I met her. It seems like we knew each other the first time I hugged her for a lifetime. And God sends those kind of people in your lives to help you along this journey.
And,
Yes.
and he does. And see, and the thing that I love about you guys, and I'm praying, that God continues to allow you guys to be survivors for people like me and Shanice, because we too,
Right.
we got to continue to check our breasts on a daily basis.
Right.
And not only that, you're sitting here telling us, Miss Crystal already said it, we need to eat right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Your vegetables, antioxidants, oranges, grapes, strawberries, kiwi. My mama taught me all that stuff. So thankful. Things we got to get out of our diet. I used to be addicted to Pepsi.
Wow. Sugar.
After sugar. It'll send signals and destroy those cells. So increasing your water intake. H2O, very important. I'm trying to keep this centered, but you all will get a side view then.
Well, however you got the camera, your knowledge and Miss Crystal's knowledge is working wonders for those that are listening, because I have 2 or 3 friends that I am very close to that recently got diagnosed and that are going through it. I got one friend, she has to have, I believe, 5 radiation treatments. She's on her 3rd one, so she got 2 more left. So to go through that and to not, really grasp or gravitate the fact that, okay, Dad, I ain't even 40 or barely 50 and I got breast cancer. I mean, that's very, in Black women, I don't know if you know the percentage. Are the numbers rising for Black women with breast cancer?
Yes, and that's when we get into the healthcare discrimination. And you made a point about 40. If you have a family history of it, you will have to demand that your primary care, your gynecologist, write up an order to get your mammogram. Like you, Tuck, I only have one daughter, and I don't want her to have it. And she will have to, of course, do her self-exams, but in order for the insurance company to pay for the mammogram, they have to write a special order when you're underage and more younger people. And for Blacks, statistically, the death rate is higher for us. And that's all because of healthcare and preventative care. So the basic things that we can do for our own self-exams are essential.
Very important.
So what are some things that you're doing right now with it being surviving COVID? What are some things that's positive? Because as we all know, you're on the go a lot. What are some things that's keeping your spirits up with not being able, like you said, not being able to walk around in the mall like you usually do? What are some things that you're doing to kind of stay stress free? Because we know that stress is a big deal and adds to that. So what are some things that you're doing?
Okay, so now we're getting ready to get into that season where I dread the treadmill, but I'm going to have to use it since I know because of COVID, even dressing warm. But that's why I used to always get an upper respiratory infection, and it would turn into bronchitis from trying to do it outside. So I'm going to pray on those things. Unfortunately, I had to travel to Nevada in August for a funeral, and I was petrified to fly, but my cousin is like a sister cousin for her funeral. Mm-hmm. I wish I had a picture of how I had a tent over myself on the plane, but it was I made a tent out of a scarf.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Sure did. But I felt safe flying because of the extra precautions they had taken, and the airport was really a ghost town. But I think I'll keep up those kind of practices for future travel. I will be one that will continue to wear a mask down the road because of this COVID-19. And I don't know about you, Miss Crystal, but for me, being a survivor, and I'm 62 years of age, so I get to go to the grocery store early. And grant you me, if I go to Kroger's, I'm there early. I'm
walking. You go when they open the doors.
There you go. They let the seniors come in early. Now my daughter, she's probably like you too, and your daughter Chuck. She orders stuff online, but I gotta touch my own strawberries.
I know that's right.
And my apples, I just have to. So I am saving money because I stick to the list and I do speed walk. I know where everything is in Kroger's. Don't move stuff around on me when I know it's in aisle 12.
Exactly.
Right. So those are some of the behavior modifications that I am doing where if I don't have gloves because I'm throwing them away, I always have a tissue in my pocket to open doors now, and then throw the tissue away inside the store and then back out with my butt, not touching the handles. I've never, ever so much appreciated sinks that the water comes on automatically and electric doors is now. I so appreciate
touch free. Touch free.
Right.
Touch free.
And I keep using that sanitizer dries your hands out, but I keep it in the glove box in the car. As soon as I get back in, if I had to touch something, I'm constantly wiping. Those are extra things that we have to do as survivors that the average person takes for granted. The gas pump, I don't pump the gas. I try to let it get low and let my husband fill it up. But if I have to, I at Sam's or Costco, I get the big box of throwaway gloves. And it irritates me when I see people throwing those gloves on the ground.
As long as
Pick
you
it
ain't
up,
clean them
people.
up,
Stop
Miss
littering.
Pick it up. Yes, somebody else has to do it, so please pick it up.
So, are you still involved with making people aware, making sure that they get their breast exams? You know, because it's very difficult. We with the COVID back, I guess I don't know. They were doing virtual. So, how are we dealing with a virtual exam if someone feels like they have a lump? I mean, how do you
Oh, no.
explain that to them, or do they go in? How does that all work?
Yes, your doctor will schedule a safe time for you to come in to get your mammogram. And yes, this new way that we're living in with the virtual visits now, where they'll just ask you preliminary things, going over your chart. But for my checkup, which will be coming in November, I have to go in. And for me, in my situation, because of breast cancer running in my family, with my mom, my grandmother had 6 girls, 3 of them got breast cancer. My mom had 4 girls, 2 of us got it, and both of us are surviving. And I elected, because of my mom's history and working with my team of doctors, to go ahead and get the double mastectomy. My breast cancer came in the left breast, so did for my mom, it was the same. For my mom, it went from the left to the right to the colon. So I was going to cut it off at the pass, and we did cut it off at the pass. I said, because of my family history, I don't want to go through this again, the 5-year. And it was for her, it was every 5 years it was coming back. But you got to think technology has improved. So in order to prevent that, I went on and got the double mastectomy.
So it's never, my thing is, I think that, you know, it's like I was saying before, it's like when people get COVID, they think they're going to die. Oh, I'm going to die. I got COVID. Oh, I ain't going to be able to survive. I got COVID. So if you've been diagnosed and if you have a history of breast cancer in your family,
yes,
you all's recommendation, because I believe Miss Crystal said that she had a mastectomy as well.
okay.
Would your recommendation be to have a mastectomy if there is a history of breast cancer in your family?
And I'm only going to speak on my personal experience because of in my family, not only me, my mother's sister elected to do the same. I don't know why for us it came in her left breast as well. And she said, oh, I'm not going to be like my sister. She went on and got them both. They talk about that 5-year survival and looking back and how it just jumps around. And in my mom's case, that's exactly what it did. It was 1982, the first one, 1987, the next breast had to go because the cancer moved. And that's why with talking with your team of doctors, which route that they go, you mentioned your girlfriend is going through radiation.
Yeah.
So did they do different doctors prescribe different things? I don't know if they prescribed chemo for her first, then radiation, or did they do radiation first? So
I think she went through the chemo and now she's going through the radiation.
Okay.
I do believe that's the way she's doing it. But I've had, like I said, 2 of them that are very close to me that were diagnosed. And, you know, one, they got it real quick. And then the other one is she's still going through the process of eliminating and get rid of it.
Right. And that's how they have to get rid of it. And it's so important, Crystal, your daughter-in-law, and Tuck, you being that sister friend, because the circle of friends is essential in your mental health as well, that can help you walk this journey. You know, I was just blessed to have a circle of wonderful friends to tell me, this is what's going to happen next, and then this is going to happen, and you're going to feel this way. And when they do that fine needle biopsy, tell them to put some numbing stuff, because that is crazy. It's worse than childbirth. So those kind of things, having that support circle of another survivor who's been through it that can help you.
Worse than childbirth. No.
Run that back. I need you to run that back.
Yeah,
run that back for me.
I'm going to need you to do a rewind because I don't think the people heard what you said.
Oh, the fine needle biopsy. when they have to stick that needle through your nipple, that's excruciating pain. It was worse than having a baby to me.
They give you some. So you said ask for some numbing stuff beforehand. Is that what you said?
Right. That they can numb it. It's a topical that they can numb it before they have to do that. And when they have to shoot that dye, so that the dye before surgery will like send a signal to all, it'll find the cancer that they have to take out once they remove the breast.
Miss
Gotcha.
Crystal.
So if you put that numbing stuff on, like they
Miss
numb
Crystal.
your gums
Hey,
before
wait a
they,
minute now. Miss Crystal looking like what? The world? Now, 18
No,
years ago, all
They didn't
that
go through my nipple. Yeah, they didn't
Oh.
go through my nipple. They did a sonogram.
oh yeah, they had to go through the nipple because of the size of the
Mass.
tumor I had. Yes.
Oh,
So that's why every patient is different. You're right. It depends
Yeah.
on your stage. And I wanted them to get it all. But oh my
Right.
God, y'all making me have deja vu. Oh Lord.
What stage were you? What stage were you, Miss Kim?
Stage 3. Now,
Okay.
you say, and when people ask me that, Gigi, I need my technical assistant trying to get this in the center. So
Come on,
my
Auntie
mom, my mother was furious with me when she found out it was stage 3. Here's a little bit of history. Kim, and for other women too, always had cyst in her breast.
Ah,
So I thought it was another cyst. Now I've had cysts removed and they weren't cancerous. Got them removed because of my family history. So this time I thought, okay, it's another cyst. But here's an important fact that I didn't know that I learned afterwards. My left breast continued to itch. My goofy butt, I think it is in my detergent. My doctor has me laughing later on. He said, well, Kim, why didn't both your breasts itch? You was just scratching the left one. And it
Make
and that-
sense, huh?
it made sense. So that was the difference, that this time it was not a cyst. It never itched before. So I did have a cyst before, and they did a lumpectomy and just had the little rocks in your breast. Some people that are heavy breasted, you know, they have them a lot, but I've always been small breasted. And I thought it was another cyst, but it came with the itch. Then when I got in there, it was cancerous this time.
when people go and they get checked and they, like you said, you thought it was a cyst, you know,
Mhm.
okay, is benign and a cyst the same thing, or is it benign is something totally different? Because a lot of women find benign in their breast once they get it
That's
checked.
right. It could be a benign lump. You're right. A cyst that's benign. And some people just leave them there. I've known friends say, oh, I had a lump, but it was benign. It was a cyst. And sometimes they will go and drain the cyst to get the fluids out. And that's okay too. But pay attention to any lump. And if it starts itching, especially pay attention.
What about discoloration?
Yes. Or the nipple changing. Those are all symptomatic. Miss Crystal, how old were you?
okay, we're going back 16 years.
18 years.
Oh, 18 years.
Oh,
Mine, eight,
I
subtract.
know this because her granddaughter was born in 2002. So I was pregnant with my daughter on one floor, and she was on another floor in the same hospital. So
oh
yeah.
my gosh, I'm losing you all. Hey, Gigi.
Well, I was 48. Oh, we lost her.
She'll be back.
That's okay.
Yeah, she'll be
48.
back.
I was 48 years old.
So you were 48.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And you know, my thing is like we were saying earlier, if there's a history of it, at what point does your children or your daughter needs to be checked for anything, you know, for a lump or, you know, to go
Right.
even have the mammogram, you know, and it's unfortunate that we have to make, you know, have the doctor to write a letter or to go through
But you
red
gotta
tape.
practically beg. Yeah, you gotta practically beg and demand that
Right.
they do it, because I've been turned away. Miss Kim, I'm gonna fill you in real quick. We were just talking about up, we have daughters, and
Right.
so they're younger, but I've been turned away myself from a breast cancer van because of my age, and it's like you have to
Exactly.
demand that I have to have this done.
So yes, you have to be persistent and on your doctors. And most doctors will go ahead and write you a prescription to get it done. But you're right, the mobile vans that come out there, they will turn you away because of your age. And I want to talk specifically about the Erica J. Holloman Foundation.
Yes.
And
yes, we were going to get to that. Yes.
Yeah, Josie's daughter, who was 30, with triple negative breast cancer. Same kind of thing. She felt a lump touching her chest at 30 years of age, and she had to be persistent to go get that test. And because triple negative is an aggressive form of breast cancer, if they tell you that you have a 5-year life sentence, you might as well. She survived 5 years with it. At 35, she was gone because it kept coming back, and it kept coming back more aggressively.
Now, did she have a double mastectomy? Did she have a mastectomy at all?
Yes, I know she did. If it was double, I'm not sure, but yes.
Now, is that type of, is triple negative known in Black women or white women or both?
It's both, but predominantly women of color get triple negative.
Have they figured out why that is?
Nope, the research is still ongoing.
Wow.
And you and I know we just lost a beloved friend.
Yes.
Of course, y'all can't see my breast cancer. I don't know.
I saw it earlier.
Captain Kim Williams, I wear her. I don't know where this camera is. See, that's why I try this stuff first, but we're making it work.
That's all right. Well, I want to do a brief moment of silence for Kim.
Yes, and her family.
And for all of those that we have lost, that we know and even don't know, we just want to ask everybody to take a couple of seconds and give a moment of silence to those that we have lost along the way to breast cancer awareness.
Yes, Lord. Amen.
Amen. Yeah. And I thank God for you two every single day, because I know, and it's always good, and the people out there listening, it's always good to talk to individuals that are surviving, that have survived, and they're still going through it. Just because they don't have it no more does not mean they can't help you, me, or anybody else. Does not mean that they don't worry on a daily basis. So if I got questions, I know I can pick up the phone.
Exactly.
Even if I got a call for somebody else, even if I got to get Miss Kim Crystal's
put them in touch,
person, because it's all about connecting with somebody else. It's always about networking.
Exactly.
And I always say that we are all individually going through things for someone else. So
yes,
that's just how it works.
Very valid point. And before I had the computer glitch, you were talking about you were on one floor and your mother-in-law was on the other. And if you have breast cancer or any other health condition as well, the whole family deals with it.
Yes,
they do. They go through it with you, like you being that sister friend. And it was so ironic. Captain Kim Williams had been a sponsor for events for breast cancer, specifically triple negative breast cancer. I serve on the board there. And when her doctors told her that, she called me right away and got her in touch with the foundation and information and things to ask. Because one thing I know specifically with triple negative, it's not receptive to all forms of chemotherapy. That's why it's so toxic and deadly, because it's trial and error and they're still doing research. So the chemotherapy that worked on me, your girlfriend, you, Crystal, will not work on a triple negative breast cancer individual.
Wow.
So they're trying different cocktails of drugs, and they're still in the experimental stage, and we're constantly learning. All breast cancer is horrible. All forms of cancer are, but the more you know, the more you learn, and get into the network of friends and people who have been through it, it'll help
Right.
you through it. So your girlfriend is going through it now. Keep her motivated, encouraged,
Absolutely.
teamed up with support services. And you're right, now we can't do our support groups virtually,
Right.
but it means something to hug a Miss Crystal. You know what I mean?
It
Yeah.
is.
It does.
It
It
does.
does. The sisters.
Well,
and
talk about
uncles
for the last few minutes, because we're gonna be wrapping up here soon. Talk about the foundation a little bit, how people can get in touch with the foundation, information for the foundation. We always want to get out good information.
Right. Erica J. Holloman Foundation.org. You can go online. Unfortunately, I don't have, we speed dial everything. I don't have a number in the phone.
That's okay.
In my
That's okay.
head right now. And they talk about chemo brain, things that
Yeah.
I have some funny
That's okay.
stories of things that we do, driving the wrong way home. We get comfortable with these things, or I will have to give it to Tuck to put it up later. The phone
Yeah,
number.
we can put it up later.
If you would like to send a donation during Breast Cancer Awareness Month, because that's the foundation I raise funds for, is the Erica J. Holloman Foundation, then please, you can contact Tuck at Tuck Radio, and I can get it from her. And we're a nonprofit 501(c), so that we can continue. Right now, we're in the process of doing our bra drive, where we sew on pink ribbons to bras, and we give them to women in the drop-in center to remind them to get their breast exam. So it's a little ribbon, a pink ribbon. This is Erica J. Holloman Foundation, with information to remind that woman when she puts it on that bra, do your self-exam, but make your appointment to get your exam with your gynecologist.
That's right, people.
Yes, and Mama, your last words, some information about your art. Is there a website or Facebook or anything like that?
Well, I was blessed to meet a young lady named Sherry Westmoreland. She is the director of the Ronald McNair Scholar Program. And we have a journal. It's on Amazon called Prayers Go Up. And so it's in dedication to everyone. Because without God, I couldn't have made it through breast cancer.
That spiritual
Amen.
component.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's a 30-day journal, and it has a piece of my artwork, and Sherry has a prayer and scripture and just a journal. She'll ask you questions in the journal. And, it's we have to have God in our life, because we never know what's going to go on. So you have breast cancer, and now we have going through the COVID.
Yeah.
So it is affecting us indirectly. I pray all of us stay safe and healthy, and but just keep busy and find out the gifts and talents you have and pursue those while you're going through breast cancer, COVID, or just thankful that you're healthy.
Life. Yes. Yes.
I put the link down in there.
Good. Thank you.
.org.
Yes. Thank you.
There's a broad drive coming up. Please contact them for anything that you want to know, need to know, questions that you may have. They will give you answers. Miss Kim and Miss Crystal, I am definitely going to pass along your information to my friends.
Absolutely.
So that you all can give them some encouraging words like you guys do us. I'm grateful and thankful for you all. I can't even say it enough. Sometimes Miss Kim may get on my nerves, but I love her to death.
It's all good.
I'm glad you're around to get on my nerves.
That's
I'm
right.
That's right. That's right.
And I'm going to keep educating to my last breath.
Yes.
We'll put the link in the description for Prayers Grow Up on Amazon. Also, in the description on the Tuck Radio page, so you guys can can look into getting the journal too. And now
Yeah.
we have, this is the end, as I should say, and so we want you guys to come up with a positive quote, each of you, to close out the show.
First, we
So
want to
whoever
say
wants to go
thank you
first.
for even being here. Thank you for taking
Yes.
time out. Miss Kim, I know this has been a crazy day for you.
Yes,
and
it has.
in my prayers. Miss Crystal,
Thank
you're in my
you.
prayers. So
Thank
thank
you.
you guys for being here and taking
Yes.
time to talk to the people about surviving breast cancer, even in COVID,
COVID,
even
that's
before
right.
COVID, and even after COVID.
That's right.
You know, we're praying that you guys still be here and you do, you're surviving and, you're helping us survive too. Trust me, you really are.
Hey,
And so
thank you.
Living examples, living
Thank
testimonies, living testimonies. So whoever wants
Thank-
to go first with the positive quote.
Go ahead.
You have to look it up. I can't think of the scripture, but I always have on my mind, I am fearfully and wonderfully made.
Yeah.
And God did not give me the spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind.
Amen. And
Amen.
mine is always, I've got many, but one that helped me through this journey was I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. Even that fine needle biopsy, I was saying the scripture. Yes. I
Yes.
need your strength right now, Lord.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Yes. And we can, and as a group, and with the support services of others, we can do
Yes.
all things through Christ. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
What you got for us, Sister Denise?
Yeah, I'll just say, we thank you again. To all the survivors out there, make sure that as much as you keep getting the word out, you're educating people as much as you can. I mean, your life already is education.
Absolutely.
There she go. I knew it was coming. There she coming back in. Trying to bring her back in. Trying to add her back in.
Okay, so we've all had these glitches today. This has been wonderful, and I truly needed this sister circle moment today more
Yes.
than ever.
There we go.
And we don't. You know what I would like to
Keep those
do?
hands clean.
If next week we can talk to Miss Erica, not Erica.
Josie?
We can talk to Josie.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
And for her to come on and talk about how the people can get the bras to her, and what she's
Right.
doing, because it's a difficult time for parents. She's a mother who lost a
Mhm.
daughter. So,
Exactly. Her only child.
her only child.
Yeah.
And you and I
Wow.
have one ourselves. So Miss Crystal lost a sibling to it. So it's like,
Yeah.
the things that we can all share with each other to help others out. It's phenomenal.
Yes.
So we'll see if we can't have her on next week to talk about the foundation.
Okay, and then keep
Yes.
down the road. Let's do a support sister circle one day too.
I'm down for that. We can do that. We can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Stay positive.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yes.
It's your turn to.
What I didn't hear you. You cut out, Shanice. We didn't catch yours because you cut off.
Oh, well, mine was just like I said, you guys are a testimony, and to those other survivors out there, as long as you're educating people, that's what counts. God hasn't done with you guys yet, obviously, so you're still here. So he got a job for you. So stay positive, keep them hands washed, keep the mask going, and I just thank you guys.
Thank
Yes, thank
you.
Thank you so much.
Hey, good people, y'all know, like Shanice said, we've come to the end of the show, but the most important thing, make sure you keep everybody lifted up in prayer. But what? We got to vote. We got 13 more days.
Absolutely.
13 more days to November the 3rd. And it's important that you get out and cast your vote. We told you.
My vote is in. My vote is in.
We early voted.
We voted. Women got the power.
I know it.
Women, and we got the power. So we as women need to get out there and make this thing happen on November 3rd. But my recommendation, early vote.
Yes.
Do an early vote. Don't wait till the last minute. Do an early vote.
Early in person with your mask on. I should have took a picture of how I went to vote.
I bet you probably was all pinked up. You probably had the whole thing on, the whole gamut on. Knowing Miss Kim,
I
she had
got
the
my
whole
early
suit.
vote on.
She had
Yes.
a biohazard suit on. Knowing Miss Kim winning that with biohazard.
Yeah. And it was beautiful. No line. Got to walk right up on a weekday. So those are some of the things. You know, I get to go in Kroger's early. Get to go vote with everybody else. So beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, I bet it was. So on that note, vote, wash your hands, stay covered up for Jesus and
Yes.
everybody else. Wear your mask. And y'all know only the strong survive. But guess what? It's always better to give than it is to receive. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.
See you next Wednesday, same time.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
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 Thanks, Miss Kim. Thanks, Miss
Bye.
Crystal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Have
you very much.
Have a wonderful evening.
Yes, ma'am.
You
You do the
too.
same thing.
Okay.
Enjoy life. God is good. It's all good.
Thank you.
All right, Shanice. I will see y'all on the skip hibbity